Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions? I stopped a war.
Maybe.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is how you're gonna be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
And doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
All right, so it took a while, but we got another Superman movie, and this time it is from James Gunn, who gave us, stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy to Suicide Squad, because now he's running DC. He's running the new DCU, and I think, I enjoyed his Suicide Squad movie. I liked Creature Commandos. And I think after watching this, I think he's good. He's a good spot for DC to take this forward, especially since what they're going to be doing. I'm really excited for. But anyway, let's talk about this. So this movie, Superman, James Gunn said that he wanted to kind of, take it back to basics. And from the trailer, it looked very, very kind of Richard Donner, like Christopher Reeve Superman. Because it was like, that actually got, Superman right. And then we have, over the next almost 40 years, that just, no, actually more than that. We just had kind of like, okay, what is this? As much as, I like Henry Cavill, I thought he was great as Superman. Zack Snyder just made him kind of just like a pouty, dark, like grittier version. It's just like, that's not really Superman, dude. This is more like a parody of Superman, where, Man of Steel I thought was just okay. Batman v Superman I didn't like at all. So it was just like, no, I don't think he was the right choice. But, so James Gunn had the task of rebooting this thing. And, how are we going to do that? So what they do is they set this movie 3 years after the events, or after he first is Superman. So he's just confident enough, but at the same time, he's still learning certain things, like how Earth works, which I liked. And we get a lot of different characters in this. And something I think worked is that with them setting this 3 years after he starts being Superman, he still needs help, despite the fact that he's Superman. And that's something that always bugged the shit out of me with Superman. Because I'm just like, why do you need a Justice League when you got Superman? He can do anything. Like, kind of that like, oh, don't worry, Superman's got this kind of thing. Where this movie shows that he does need help. And it's like, see, that's what I think Superman needs to be, is, yes, he's this very powerful person, but he needs help, because that's always something that bugged me, was like, you just send Superman, he's got it, like, it's fine. And I think David Corenswet, I think, was a really good choice for Superman. And it's weird because I first saw him in Pearl. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, he's Superman? Cool. So I think he was a really good choice for Superman. There is a lot more humor in this than like previous versions of Superman, and that can kind of turn some people off, and I think, in fact, has. But did it bug me? No, because you can't tell James Gunn to not, be comedic. You just can't. Okay. It's like telling Metallica to turn it down. Like you just can't do that. But there was a lot of the humor in this worked, and it wasn't forced. It was very in the moment, which really worked for me. And I think this felt very like the first Avengers, whereas like everybody had enough screen time. Even down to characters like Hawkeye. I was just like, yeah, even he has enough screen time. And it's like, wow, okay, great. So, you have like characters like, you have Superman, you have like Mr. Terrific, you have Green Lantern, you have Hawkgirl, you have the Element Man, you have Crypto, you have all these different characters in there, and each one has their own has enough screen time. Like they have their stuff to do, and then there they are. They're all right. That's it. And it's like, great, that worked. It didn't feel like they were shoehorned in to then set up for future movies or future stuff. It didn't feel that way, which was good, because I was like, great, that's awesome. I like that. So this really, really worked. I was very surprised and very happy that this worked. And the standouts for me was Corenswet, but the main standout for me was hands down Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He was damn good. And he's also really good at just playing pricks. I mean, go and watch The Menu. He's just an ass in that movie. And this one, he's an ass with a crap ton of money and a huge staff. So everybody in this, I think, was well executed, well cast. I really didn't have a whole lot of complaining with this. And yeah, it goes back, it takes Superman back. I think this is what we needed, we needed Superman to, go back to the way it was, not for nostalgia reasons, but because of the, I'll just say it, the shit stain that Schneider put. And if you want the Schneiderverse coming back, whatever. But it took it back to see, this is what, we need. This is the Superman that we need right now. Especially in like the times that we are in right now, where it seems like nothing is positive. This gives it positive. And it works. It works really well. And, Superman has always been kind of on a lower grade DC character for me. Mainly because, he's Superman, he can do anything. It's just like, okay, so he has no fault. Yeah, except for kryptonite. That's it. So I was just like, okay, so, he's fine. Like, whatever. So it really just was kind of like, all right, how are you going to do this? And they definitely take the time to make him feel, human, or as the movie likes to say, punk rock. And it really worked. And James Gunn is just, he's also really good at writing very dramatic and emotional scenes with family. He's really, really good at that. And in here, you have a really, really touching scene with him and when he goes to Smallville and he's with his adopted parents. You have a very, very nice moment there. And it's like, see, this is what you need. And, I think a lot of people, I saw some people say like, oh, Crypto should have been a better boy. It's just like, no, Crypto's always been a little shit. He always has. He's just, you given a really, like, not a great dog superpowers, of course it's not going to go well. Like, what do you think? So, and this movie has, like, some people in it that I was like, oh, that's cool that they're here. That's pretty cool. Won't spoil it, because I'm not one of those people that likes to watch a movie and then over the weekend spoil it, even though it's still out. So this, honestly, this gets a great. I really did not have, I had a lot more fun in this than I thought I would. But then of course it was James Gunn, so, I like his stuff. But, on the track that this new DC is going, I'm really looking forward to it, especially since, we're getting a Clayface horror movie. We're getting a Swamp Thing horror movie. All the Lantern stuff looked cool, sounds cool. So all the stuff that they're doing, I was just like, yes, because that's what I want to see. I want to see that. So James Gunn, I think, is understanding what the fans want, and specifically what the characters should be. I think he's doing a really good job with that. So we will see future stuff. And, I think this was a really, really good, I guess, official start to the new DC. And boy, was it a really awesome way to start.
I claimed your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You have a dog?